Verso Research Fellow at the Institute of Public Affairs, Friday night regular Mia Schlitt, and Sky News regular Joe Hildebrand. Guys, welcome to you both. Joe, we all love a current affair, dodgy tradie story.
Yes.
This one, I think, really deserves us giving it an airing. Sydney Plumbing Company had its licence temporarily suspended. It involves a 98-year-old guy who rang up a company to come and fix his toilet. He was invoiced $31,000 to fix it, and when it was eventually fixed by another plumber, it cost $500. How do people get away with preying on the elderly like that?
Yeah, I don't even know how these people can sleep at night. It's just absolutely staggering. This is my worst nightmare. This is the sum of all my fears because our bathrooms they're completely cactus, and we're about to have a bath fall through the ceiling of our house, and so we had to get the whole bathroom done from scratch, like ripped up, waterproofed, retiled with new tiles, all the new fittings and everything. They were completely and utterly cactus, and that was estimated to be about $30,000. So that gives you an idea of the scale to which this plumber, in inverted quotes, has ripped off this poor, vulnerable, elderly man. It's absolutely disgraceful. Thankfully, I'm happy to say that all the plumbers we've dealt with so far have been awesome and honest and great, but it's staggering that this person was able to operate in the first place.
Mia, elder abuse is rife. I mean, my mum's 90. She woke up one day and the house was blacked out. She lives on her own. And so she just went on her iPad and went through and rang up the first 24-hour electrician she could find. This bloke turns up, pulls out a couple of fuses, tells her that he's gonna fix it, but she's got to pay him something like $3,000 up front before he'll do it. She's worried she's never going to get the power back on, so she pays him. I've tried to find these people and I can't find them. It's a really serious problem. Elderly people living on their own, getting ripped off by scumbags like these people.
Yeah, absolutely, Steve. This is just a huge problem, and it's absolutely reprehensible what's happening with elder abuse in our community. I'm not sure how moral standards have fallen so low that people think that they can get away with this kind of behaviour. And in some ways, it's even worse. In our aged care facilities, we hear stories all the time of elderly abuse that happens in those institutions, and it needs to be stopped. And there needs to be some kind of moral standard that we hold our community to.
They should be in jail, quite frankly.
Yeah, more power to a current affair. Yeah, they should be in jail. Hey, Joe, I spend a bit of time on Chapel Street these days. I've got two stores there. One is a Bonds store, which sells underwear and T-shirts and stuff. And the other one is Liquorland. So you can see that's where I'm shopping, buying wine and underpants.
All you need there, my friend.
That's all you need. That's all you need. The girls at the Bonds store last time I was in there, I said, how's things going? She said, oh, well, we've had 3 smash and grabs today already, this morning, and the police still haven't turned up. The Liquorland guy locks his front door. You have to knock on it to get in to buy a bottle of wine because people are walking in, going to the back of the fridge, filling bags up with UDL cans and just walking out. Retail bosses have now said Victoria is the nation's shoplifting and crime capital, organised gangs looting stores. How's it come to this?
I think what we've learned, and regional New South Wales and regional Queensland have had similar things, where if you let youth crime in particular get out of control, if you take the foot off the throat, so to speak, it is very, very hard. It is a very, very hard genie to put back in the bottle, and we've seen in Victoria as opposed to New South Wales and Queensland, which jumped very quickly on toughening up bail laws to make sure that kids weren't it wasn't like a fishing expedition just to catch and release. And that seems to have broken the back of what could be a youth crime epidemic like we're seeing in Victoria, where the head of the IGA chain has said, he can basically do an etch-a-sketch of the profile of these offenders. And Victoria went in the other direction. It tried to be too cool for school. It tried to, increase the age of criminal culpability. It did not until it was far too late, toughen bail laws. In fact, they were far too weak. And now it's paying the price. So I'm very sorry, but this is a lesson that other states have learned and Victoria simply hasn't until it's too late.
Mia, you're a young woman living in Melbourne. Do you feel safe?
At the moment, I have to say no one out there in the communities, it seems just getting worse and worse and worse. And that's because we have a Victorian Labor government who will do anything except take this crime problem seriously. I mean, they will just refuse to get tough on crime. They're extremely reactionary. They have no intention of putting in any preventative measures. I mean, the evidence is very, very clear. If you want to stop crime from happening in the first place, the best way to do that is put more police on the streets to increase the fear in an offender's mind they will get caught if they commit an offence. And then if they are caught for breaking the law, there needs to be a serious consequence. I mean, how many times are we hearing about these youth offenders receiving bail 3, 4, 5 times? There has got to be a point where our government draws a line and they say, if you are committing antisocial, violent behaviour that is putting the rest of the community at risk, they need to be locked behind bars.